Hello and welcome to Howley Hall Golf Club once again, where today I'm testing two brand new irons from Mizuno, the JPX 921 Hot Metal and the JPX 921 Hot Metal Pro. Hello, Ryan Rastall here for Golfshake.com, and two brand new sets of irons from Mizuno to put through their paces. But before I do all that, please make sure you hit that subscribe button to see loads more from all of us here at Golfshake to help you play more and play better. So Mizuno's new JPX 921 range features the Hot Metal and Hot Metal Pro. So very similar irons, but quite different in a number of ways as well. So in terms of the technology that we see in this, really the biggest story for this new JPX family is all about the stability frame. So the perimeter weighting system that they're using to make sure that when you don't hit the middle of the club face, we're still getting great ball speed and forgiveness. So I've already tried the Tour and the Forged in this new family, which you can check out the videos for those as well, but I thought I'd try these alongside each other because Hot Metal and Hot Metal Pro are quite similar, but like I said before, there are some subtle differences. So in the Hot Metal, we know that we've got Chromalloy technology, Chromalloy 3 actually in this, which is in both models. So this is something that Mizuno have used in previous models as well, helping with the forgiveness and also helping you with making sure we get the right flight and things like that on the ball flight. The seamless cup face technology is the big thing in these as well, so making sure that the weld is not interfering with the performance of the golf club as well. So we're seeing that we're getting a thinner center in the club face, and that should mean that the ball comes off slightly faster, so we get a bit more distance. Now these are quite strong in terms of loft, and I know some of you out there absolutely hate how much clubs are getting cranked stronger these days, and I'm a little bit in that camp myself. I mean, the 8 iron in these sets is 34 degrees, which is stronger than the 7 iron that I've got in my set, but let's not dwell on that, okay? Let's take them as they are. They're both 8 irons that we've got here. The number on the bottom will probably correspond to most other manufacturers in an 8 iron now anyway, and certainly at the sort of level of golfer and the type of player that these are aimed at. So they're kind of a little bit closer to your game improver end, to getting down to a mid handicapper to maybe even into single figures really, but that's not to say it's specifically for that type of golfer. I'm sure there are plenty of very low handicap golfers that could get the best out of these too, but that's certainly the kind of handicap range and the kind of ball striker that these are aimed at. Now I'm going to take them out on the golf course here at Howley and kind of put them through their paces alongside each other and kind of compare them a little bit and hit them from the same place into certain greens and have a bit of a look at how they perform, but more about the technology and the aesthetics. So Mizuno are saying that basically the Pro is a slightly sleeker, smaller head design, and certainly when we sit it down behind the ball, we can see when one is next to the other that the Pro has slightly slimmer top line, slightly shorter blade length, so will maybe suit that player who needs as much forgiveness as they can get, like the Hot Metal provides, but wants something that looks that little bit sleeker and a little bit nicer. So yeah, I mean they're really designed to go alongside the Tour and the Forge models, which we've already tried, as I've said before, and kind of maybe it would be in the longer irons that someone could even combo a set of these and fit those together, and maybe your 3 and 4 iron, or if you have a 3 iron in this, would be very forgiving for you to use and a bit easier for you to launch as well. But like I say, I'm going to put these through their paces. I've got half a set of each, so I've got 4, 6, 8 pitching wedge in both, and I've even got a lob wedge in the normal Hot Metal as well to try. So as you've seen, I've hit quite a few shots out on the golf course with all the Hot Metal and Hot Metal Pro irons. I just wanted to show you kind of what I've been seeing really from everywhere is that how long these irons go. Now, I've just on the first hole here at Howley, just sort of gone around 18 and come back out again. But when I've just hit a pitching wedge from 140 yards from the fairway, with mixed results really. The JPX 921, the standard Hot Metal one I've hit, and it's landed pretty much flag high from 140, which is a little bit longer than I would normally hit a pitching wedge. Probably mine's sort of 135 club really, but then I hit the Pro one and I've ended up, I mean, I've ripped it, to be fair. I've hit a really good shot. But like I say, you can see the flag behind me. It was 141 to that, and it has landed here, a hell of a long way out the back of the green. I'm lucky to have found it, to be honest. It pitched a long way through the back and has ran through the back of the green as well. So these irons I'm finding are going a hell of a long way when I'm out here in the golf course. But we're going to get into the Performance Centre, test them out on the TrackMan, and have a bit of a look in there as well. So after trying both of these irons out on the golf course and hitting quite a few different shots with them from different places, but always kind of one iron against the other, I found that distance was unbelievable with both of them. You know, that both of these irons go a really long way. I was a little bit less accurate with the Pro model. Really couldn't control the direction quite as well. But still, I mean, the distance was very, very good. So I thought I'd bring them into the Performance Centre here just to have a bit of a look at them on the TrackMan and have a bit of a look at the numbers that we're getting from them. But the Pro models seemed to just come off a little bit sort of longer really when I was hitting it. Both really long, but yeah, the flight was a little bit lower with the Pro model, which is what I'd expect, but I just wanted to get in here and just show you exactly how the performance differed. So when we take a bit of a look at the numbers on the TrackMan with the two JPX Hot Metal models, the Standard and the Pro, we can see the normal Hot Metal, we're getting 138 ball speed off the same club head speed, but the spin rate's a bit higher. So I don't know whether that had something to do with the different shafts that were in it. Yeah, I mean, I struggled to time it a little bit with that, if I'm honest. I was hitting some sort of hookier kind of shots, and I think that's maybe the reason why the distance has popped up a little bit on that as well. But the spin was considerably lower, and if we look at it on there, from pretty identical club speed and ball speed numbers. But you can see the Hot Metal, you know, it's decent distance, 196. I say decent distance, it's ridiculous distance for a 6-iron. You know, 196, 204, and then 202, 212 with the Hot Metal Pro. So we can see probably with Hot Metal Pro that the ball flights were a little bit better in terms of the way they were kind of bunched together. But both of them were decent. A little bit higher flight with Hot Metal, which you'd expect from that slightly higher spin that I'm getting there. But quite similar in performance. You know, distance-wise though, the Pro is just going that little bit further, about, well, nearly 10 yards further, 8 yards. But like I say, I think that's more to do with the fact that graphite shaft has just, for some reason, lowered the spin considerably. So we're getting a little bit more carry, and then it's obviously running a little bit further when it hits the ground as well. But still, both of them frightening in terms of the distance that we're getting on the TrackMan there. So certainly, I mean, I would expect, I certainly wouldn't hit it over 190 really with my own 6-iron when I'm hitting it in here. So it's normally a 185 club, and if I really hit a good one, it might get to 190, but these are comfortably above that. But then the lofts obviously suggest that they should do that, you know. So yeah, I mean, that's a side-by-side comparison there. And you can see that Hot Metal Pro for me is just going that little bit further, and the ball flights are a little bit better in terms of the way they're bunched. But I would say if I was looking at the dispersion of them, like I say, it gives you a bit of a look at both of them side by side. Hope you enjoyed that video. I've certainly loved testing these golf clubs, as I do with all the clubs that get sent into us here at Golfshake to have a hit with. As you can see, both of these irons go a long way, but as I always say to everybody, go and get properly fitted. You know, there are experts out there that will help you make the right decision and get you the right golf club for you. But if you've got any questions about custom fitting, please put them in the comments section below. I love answering all those. You know, if you've got a set at the moment and you're wondering whether these will be right for you, I'll try and give you a little bit of advice. But as I always say, go and get properly custom fitted as well. Hope you enjoyed the video, and see you all very, very soon.